All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is a video on how to put a new end onto a cord. So this was the cord that the rabbit chewed through. I've already cut off the excess sheath. I've already cut off the insulation and wrapped these because they're finely braided wires. Here's my new cord end. Okay, got to loosen the connections here. I've got that done already. Now I have to take the end off. So it's a green-handled Robertson, which is a number 1 if it's got a number on it. So just loosen this. And keep going. And I'm just pushing with my fingers to find out which one of the screws is holding me back, and there they go. So this is the end that's got the opening to put the cord through. So I'm going to take my cord, squeeze all these tight together, and just carefully feed this in. See better from the back. And we just feed it through until I can pull it through like this. Now it usually bends the wires a little bit. That's perfectly normal. Okay, so I'm going to make sure I twist them again. So I got those all set. On the back side here, you're going to see 3 different colored screws. So we've got a green one here, got a silver one there, and I've got a brass one here. The green is for the ground. Because this is for outdoor use, the insulated ground wire is green, and the black and the white are exactly like you'd expect. So the green insulated wire is going to go onto my green screw, and I'm going to start with it. Now with these, you should be able to see that each one of these has a screw, and as I loosen the screw, I get a gap forming in there. So I don't have to wrap the wire around the screw. What I have to do is I have to take the wire, and I'm just trying to see if I can position this so you can see it. I've got to hang it down so that the wire will go in, and it just goes in on the side. Once it's in there, I can tighten the screw. Okay, so there's the first one in. The white goes underneath the silver. I'd already loosened that one previously, or it was loose enough. So all I have to do is find the right way to turn this so you can see it. With my fingers in the way. And the last one is the black. So again, make sure that the screw is loose. You have to make it too loose. And like I said, if you let gravity pull the thing down, you'll be able to get into the gap there. It is appreciably harder to do this with this turned towards the camera instead of turned towards my face. We have to just turn it. Third one is always the toughest one because you've got the other 2 wires in the right spot, and therefore the third one is a little tighter to get in. I finally got it in. So now I'm just going to tighten it. Make sure it's all the way down. Okay. So once we've got all 3 of them in, just check to make sure that there isn't too much of a gap here. So this one's really good. This one's fine. This one's a little bit further out from what I'd like. So I'm just going to loosen this and redo it. And I realize it's on the right side of the screw. It probably should be on the left. So I'm going to shove that in. A couple of the braids we're trying to get out, so you got to twist it again. Turning it this way so I can see it. That's better. Just, there we go. All right, so now we've got all 3 of those screws in. They're nice and close. No insulation is underneath the piece, so we're all set. You'll notice, if you're looking really carefully, that there's this one spot, and it's hard to see against background, but there's a little notch right here where my finger is, and that notch corresponds to a little notch in the back here, which I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to see on the video. But I have to make sure I line those two up. So you just pull back and then just look in, line them up. And if you're not sure, you just turn it a little bit and it'll snap in. Once you've got that in, you just put the screws down, tighten each one of them a few turns to make sure they're started. And once you've got that started, when you're on the third one, you usually can just keep going until it's pretty much snug. And I just keep working my way around them, setting them up a little bit at a time to make sure they're just going down nice and smoothly. You don't want to turn too hard because it is a plastic thread in there that the metal screw is going into, so don't twist them too hard. You'll feel it come up snug at a certain spot, and then you just stop. And once you've got this done, the last piece is we've got to clamp the wire in. So remember, I had to check to make sure that this was fine. I always lined up so that if I've got the ground wire hole at the top here, I make sure the screws are on the top. And once that's done, again, you just tighten the one side. Surprisingly hard to do when I'm trying to hold everything away from me. When you're doing this, you'll have the screwdriver pointing away from you and towards the device, so it'll be a lot easier to do. Okay, so I'm just going to keep snugging this. And that looks like it's pretty good. So we are all done, and I have a new end on this cord, so we are all set. Thanks for watching.